Today is January 2nd, 2025. I've booted into my daily driver using vanilla dpup64. And today I want to mainly talk about save folders in PuppyLinux. Save folders are unique in PuppyLinux. Other Linux distros do not have a save folder system. So what save folders represent is a configuration. For example, trays and wallpapers and all these appearances and then applications that I've installed and removed, and so it contains all that information on top of the basic vanilla dpup64. So when my computer boots into vanilla dpup, it lays down all this necessary files in the RAM, and then over that my save folder gets installed. I've elected to put all my save folders in a separate partition, so I've given it a pretty big size of 200 gigs of save folders because I run so many PuppyLinux. So I have choice when I boot into the computer. I have choice of multiple PuppyLinux F96E4 or some 32-bit. This is Focal Pup 32. And Bookworm 32 and Void Linux, and right now I've booted into my vanilla pup, which is VP. Depending on which distro, which ISO I'm using, then the appropriate save folder gets installed. So let's go ahead and look at the save folders. So within the save partition, I put my save folders under save folder here. So right now it's using this vanilla dpup save -710. 710 is just a model name of my PC that I've elected to use as 710. But normally when you make a save folder, you'll just have a vanilla dpup save without this extra information. But separate save folder on vanilla dpup for my wife, let's say Anne, her name is Anne. So to make a separate vanilla dpup save -ANN, what you have to do is when I reboot, I have to have a default clean without any save folder. So what I can do is go ahead and rename this save folder because I don't want this to automatically get loaded. So I can go ahead and just put a little dash in, or you can change any of the name before save, and it will not recognize as a part of the save folder for vanilla dpup. So I can do that, and then when I reboot, it will all save all the information I have here into this. But when I reboot, it will not load up this save folder, so I'll get a quick default clean quick setup screen again. So you have to go through the setup again. Now I've booted into vanilla dpup64. Now because of the save folder is not loaded, only thing I done to this is that I've installed simple screen recorder so I can record this, and also it's being recorded to the external hard drive, so which is mounted. But otherwise, for my wife's configuration, I'll have to go through again. It's America, Los Angeles. So go up here, and then time from internet. I don't need a firewall enabled, but that's fine. And then host name we can change to Ann, for example. And then OK. OK. And then synchronize clock at each system startup is a good idea. And then you can go through the setup again, so main the internet, make sure the Wi-Fi is connected and so on. And then we can look at the save partition here, and minus sign, so save. And then we've disabled, we changed the name of the vanilla Pup 710, so we put a dash in there, so it's not seeing it at all. But next time when you boot, when you save here, you're just going to end up with the vanilla pup save. The my save folder, minus sign again, save, and then we can just open up my save folder. And this is basically the same, but the configuration and everything else is different. And we're going to go to upper, and then go to root and Control H. So this is a same of this root folder, but it's in my own configuration. So you can basically just copy bash rc and bash alias from here, because it is both the vanilla depup save. So I can just go ahead and grab these two and just move over here and copy, and then I can just copy both of them. And then next time I'm gonna be able to use alias from bash, because it's already set up. Similarly, once you get more sophisticated, so I use many of my bash scripts under my application and bin. So there's several of my own scripts that starts the browser in a certain window and so on. So those can be also copied, but then she would have to use my browser, for example. So you can just go ahead and grab everything, Control A, and then just move it over here and copy. So I know I covered a lot of ground, but and it may be confusing, but if you are want more information, just leave me a comment. So I think before we reboot, what we can do is just quickly just delete these some of these items. So unfortunately, I don't know of any one way to go ahead and do all this, grab it all. So with the dragging of the mouse, apparently it doesn't work. So right click and remove all the items, and then we'll go ahead and reboot. And then we'll also change the wallpaper here, just to just go backdrop and then show, and then we'll go ahead and change the dark gray, for example. dark gray default, so dark gray, we'll just go ahead and drag it over here. So it's gonna next time we boot into this, it's gonna look like this. So let's go ahead and reboot and we'll continue on. Now you can see that we've rebooted and we have a new wallpaper now. So, and then we can look at the save folder again, minus, and then we can go to the save folder. And you can notice that now this vanilla depup save is clearly visible, but it thought we would prefer to have a name and there. So F12 rename function, and then dash, and after you install further application that you need, for example F12, there is a package manager which has minimal applications, because in vanilla depup it uses apt terminal command and synaptic package manager, so you can go ahead and go through the application that you want to install and so on. And then if you, when you reboot, you'll automatically get into this save folder. But if you want to go ahead and reboot into my own configuration, then I can go ahead and rename this to this. Then when I reboot into vanilla depup, I'll get a choice of either this save folder or this save folder. So depending on the user, you can go ahead and be flexible, and that's how basically you can use the save folder system that's built into PuppyLinux.